So I'm heading up to VT3 Stage Race tomorrow morning, sometime after Boston rush hour, which freaking sucks. But I am gonna do a quick tire swap. I legitimately have not decided if I'm going to race my full suspension trail bike or my single speed trail bike, the Kona Hanzo. I call it a trail bike because it's got a 140 pike and generally large tires, dropper posts, little stem, big bars. But that's not important right now. What's important is that I have these Vittoria Motas, which are a full-on enduro tire. They are a folding tire, but they are tanks. I mean, they're indestructible and they're super good in loose or wet and gnarly conditions. But my strength is definitely not climbing. I haven't raced my bike in, I don't know, at least 5 years in any sort of serious fashion. And so my problem will not be going down as much as up. So I need to put on a cross-country style tire. And I have the Vittoria Barzos, and these are just a 225, which in modern times is not like a massive volume tire. But I've got these Stans Flow rims, which I think the inner diameter are like 20, 28. Don't quote me on that. They're wide anyway, and so it spreads out this 225 pretty wide, and Vittorias tend to run pretty high volume for their specified width. So I rode these tires up at the VT3 preview that you can find a little farther down on the channel here. But I found them to be adequate, more than adequate for even the more enduro type stuff that we did. Tomorrow we're doing the Hardwick Prologue, which is sort of like an enduro, like a Lomi enduro sort of thing, which is really short. It's like 5 miles straight up, straight down. And then the second day, we're actually at Victory Hill, which is basically a free enduro park up in Victory, Vermont, near East Burke. And then the third day, we're back at Craftsbury, racing on their cross-country trails. But the Barzo tends to be a very good Vermont tire. It's really good on kind of loose, anything that's like you can dig into, loamy stuff, actual dirt, pine needly sort of stuff. But then it's got all this siping, which allows you to hook up on wet roots and rocks and things like that. And we may get some moisture. Not the worst mud tire in the world either, and definitely light enough for my purposes. And so I'm going to put these on and try to ride them throughout the weekend. And so I'm going to do a quick tire swap here. All right, so I've got everything I might need for a tubeless tire swap. I've got the no tube sealant. I have got a valve core removal tool, which I will try not to use. I find if you remove a valve once, it can get gummed up and you get loose, and then you go to open up your valve and the thing can actually shoot out. So I try whenever possible not to remove the valve core. Got a tire lever in case I need it. I don't know. I've got my hands are a little wonky right now, and not sure I'll have the necessary chimpanzee strength to rip the tires off the bead hook. I have a cut in half polar seltzer bottle, which is polar seltzer is sort of like this stuff. It's like LaCroix, except it doesn't taste like used bath water, carbonated used bath water. And so this I'll use to scoop out the remaining sealant in the Motas here before I mount the Barzos. All right, fast forward. So one thing I might do throughout the course of the 3-day stage race is play with the geometry chip on the Django here. So it's going to stay in the low and slack position for the first 2 stages, which are basically straight up, straight down, kind of enduro style where the uphills are timed. And then I am going to probably switch it into the high steeper mode for the head angle for the final cross country stage, because nothing's too steep. It's mostly a lot of you know, twisty turny stuff. And I found that when it was in the high position, when I was up there previewing the stuff, it was actually noticeably quicker through some of those corners. So I may play with that. But other than that, I'm probably just gonna keep the Barzos on, and I don't know, I might jump on the single speed for the final stage, I'm not sure. Oop, making a little bit of a mess here, but I didn't want to do this outside because I didn't want my neighbors to think that I'm weird, or weirder than they already think I am. Come on, no splashing, no splash. Okay, good. Actually, not a ton of sealant left in there. All right, so I'm going to scoop out using the Polar Seltzer bottle. Scoop out what I can get of the stands. I'm going to dump that into the Barzo. I really am liking these Motas though. I went out the day after I shot the Transylvania Stage Race, and I rode the Enduro stage pretty much in the rain, which is okay to do there. It's just all rock. And yeah, these things were amazing. I survived Wildcat and a bunch of other like local stuff. It was pretty gnarly. And Laurel, that's another super hard one. But yeah, I stayed upright. And yeah, what else? I rode Thunder Mountain on these things, on the trail bike, the bike pack. And what else? I mean, they stick to rock super well, and they definitely deal well with loose and wet stuff incredibly well. So I like these things. They are too burly to do a mountain bike stage race on. You know, they always say check rotating direction twice, mount once, and still somehow I screw this up. So I got my rotor on the left side, got my caliper on the left side, and my rotating, these actually have a pretty obvious rotating direction, so I don't need to check. I think I'm gonna line up the R in Barzo. Wait a second. There's an A in Barzo? I don't know, dude. It's totally good recovery for a wrist injury to go do a stage race, right? It's just what the doctor ordered. I'm psyched for the stage race though. Tomorrow night we're heading up to Hardwick, and gonna do the Hardwick trails, then head to Positive Pie, get some pizza, and then I don't know. It's supposed to be a little chilly this weekend, but I want to go swimming, and I think it's Hosmer Lake up there. It's beautiful. It's where all the rowers train. Get some wicked good shakes. Let the crystals pool. I like to use a liberal amount. Yeah, that is noticeably lighter than the Mota. Yeah, that's mounting right up. Well, no sudsy bubbles necessary these days. Not on a Stan's rim. Not with a Vittoria tire. It's a packing lot setup, dude. No problem. Don't need to pull the valve core. Boom. Oh, need one more of those. Yeah. The sound of success. Give it the old stand shake. You always want to go side to side. You want to get it up on the sidewalls, spinning it around a circle, you know, that way, which I see people do. That's just going to have the liquid's just going to pool up on the outer diameter. It's not really going to do what it needs to do as far as sealing up the sidewalls, because they're a little porous, dude. I seriously just had the fear that I mounted this backwards despite everything I just said. Whoa. Yeah, that's a lot heavier, but this is a great tire for sort of transforming your trail bike into an enduro bike temporarily. So this isn't really a how-to video. So what else can I babble about here? So I haven't properly raced in at least 5-6 years, and I think I've put a number on a couple of times, maybe a TSE or something, and not finished the race. I'm just a video guy. I don't have to finish the race. I don't have to finish this race, actually. I'm going to try. Stages are relatively shot, dude, and gives us plenty of time to kind of hang out, drink Hillstead Farm, or drink, what's it, Hillstead Farms beer? Hill Farmstead beer, and swim if it's warm enough, maybe if it's not, and go check out some of the surrounding attractions. All right, so my goal for each day is going to be to finish, but also prioritize getting good videos. So if I end up in a situation where I'm really sucking, there's, I think both Victory and the Crash Race stages are lap races, so I could hang back and jump it with the leaders and then backslide on the second lap. Of course, not have my time counted, but get good video of I think Tom Sampson's coming, Mike Massell's coming. Forget who else as far as dudes. Greg Jankitis. And then as far as the women's field is actually looking pretty strong with there's a local Kim Quinlan, there's Brianna Blanchard, Laura Slavin, Karen Potter. Yeah, so that actually, a lot of those women will actually be pretty evenly matched, so that should make for some actually good racing. And so maybe I'll jump in, chase them around a little bit with the GoPro, but I'll be racing with the GoPro Karma Grip, which is not my preference. I would rather be using the Evo, but my Evo fell apart out in Bend. That's the third time it's fallen apart. Not really sure why mine's dying. I know other people have good luck with that gimbal. I'm not having good luck. It's proven totally unreliable. So motor's totally dead. So I am using the big and clunky and silly looking GoPro Karma Grip with the Hero 5. So that really delivers the best pictures, the best video, but audio can be, I'm finding that it's semi-usable, but sometimes a little robotic. So I may run a secondary audio source. So I'm going to be packing. The Karma Grip its battery life won't allow me to go through an entire stage, I'm sure. So, whoa, oh my God, I'm wicked pro at this. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I don't have the legs spread all the way up. Yeah, so I'll be using the Karma Grip, and with the Karma Grip, I have to carry a little Anchor 10,000 milliwatt or 10 watt, as my engineer friend pointed out. It's just less impressive to say 10 watt charger. So I'll be carrying around this charger and the Karma Grip and the extension, which means I have to carry a hydration pack, and kind of a big one too. So I will not be the most Exceed out guy out there, but the point will be to get to, try to start hard, and I'm not gonna be able to stay with like Mike Wassell or Tom Sampson for a second, but try to hang with who I can, and if it goes really, really badly, then I'll just hang back and stop and shoot sort of stuff from like a wider vantage point, not POV from the side or whatever, and then jump in on that second lap. That's probably what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna win this race. Oh, dude. I'm sure that sounds great to the neighbors. Yeah, so I thought about experimenting with YouTube Live for this, and then I decided against it because I'm kind of in a rush anyway, and me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the live thing. I'd rather cut this down to, hopefully this will be like 10 minutes, God knows. But also doing it, semi-live, like I'll have this edited and, probably about 15 minutes after I'm done, is that I get to edit out all the, case in point, all the ums and all the and all the so I can give myself a little space there between the two, so I can bleep that out. Wicked Pro. Oh, brother. I'm going to die this weekend. All right. So that's that. All right, so I got my Vittoria Barzos mounted up to my my XC trail bike, the Da Vinci Django. All right, and I wouldn't say I'm ready to go, but I would say that I have the right equipment, at least tire-wise. I would probably race a cross-country bike if I had one, but I don't. So I'm probably going to race this thing. Possibility on the third day, I jump on the single-speed trail bike, which is it's a little bit more XC. I mean, at least it's like 5 pounds lighter than this thing. All right. Well, I hope you found it informative. Hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching. I'll see you out there.